Everybody all over this great land knows about Mr. Lincoln, but Mr. Douglas at times seems almost forgotten.
We're here today celebrating with Winchester the observance of the bicentennial of Stephen Douglas's birth. Douglas started work in Illinois, in Winchester, and got the first taste for politics.
He really was an important politician, an important figure in American history.
This was the first town that Douglas found employment. And he worked as a teacher, but he also studied law when he wasn't teaching. Douglas lived in the storage room while he was here, of Miner's store. And young men would get together to debate politics, theology, philosophy, and so on. He became experienced in the minor practice of law and then became a lawyer as soon as he got back to Jacksonville. And of course, Springfield was very important. He moved there in 1837. And from Springfield, he moved to Quincy in 1841. And 2.5 years later was elected from there to the U.S. Congress, where his career nationally took off.
And I was often called a racist, and I take exception to that.
The Historical Society of Quincy for the year is recognizing Douglas with a very large exhibit of original paintings and pictures and documents. For example, we have an original painting of Douglas from 1841 when he arrived in Quincy, so we know what he looks like. But we also have his first paycheck.
I think our goal here is to preserve history, not to rewrite it.
Mr. Douglas is primarily known for the Lincoln-Douglas debates. What many people don't know is that they were originally called the Douglas-Lincoln debates, because not many people knew Abraham Lincoln at the time.
And it was President Lincoln who pursued Douglas really for 26 years before finally beating him in 1860 for President of the United States.
There are few political people that never were elected president that are as well known, and of course that has a lot to do with the Lincoln-Douglas debates.
So Lincoln recognized the power of Stephen Douglas. They were friends for 26 years, but tremendous political opponents. And it's neat from a historical perspective to know that someone from this area went on to become nationally prominent and a 3-time presidential candidate by the time he died at the age of 48.
And in the short time that he was active politically and in the courts, he really made a lasting impression.
The rights of the local communities to make their decisions rather than the federal government doing so.
It's just fun to come to a place to feel the community in which Douglas lived. He loved the people here. He became one of our nation's great statesmen, for which he really hasn't gotten credit.
With an undenying love for the city of Winchester, who accepted me with their arms wide open. Thank you.